Zach Sunderland, the 17-year-old from Thousand Oaks who set out 13 months ago to sail around the world alone, sailed into Marina del Rey yesterday to a huge welcome.
That officially designates the complete circumnavigation of the world by
Zach,
Zach Sunderland.
you probably know by now, the youngest person ever to sail around the world. 17 years old, 16 when he started, 17 as he stands there right now in Marina del Rey from Thousand Oaks. Here is Zach. Hey, Zach, good morning.
Morning, how's it going?
Pretty good for me. Did you sleep last night?
I got about 1.5, 2 hours of sleep last night. Yeah, I was having a good time seeing my friends. So yeah, it was good.
And an hour and a half sleep, you're probably used to that by now.
Yeah, maybe 2. I don't know. It was good though. Nice bit.
Yeah. When you made this trip, let me ask you some basic questions. I mean, we're all celebrating. It's an incredible feat. Where did you ever come up with the idea, and why did you come up with it?
Well, you know, I'd read this book by Robin Graham. He was the first guy, like under 18, to ever attempt to solo circumnavigation. He got back when he was 21, so his record's been broken a while ago. But I read his book when I was younger, and it's just an amazing adventure. It's just such an adventure sailing around the world and all these different places you get to go to. And yeah, I've been a sailor for my whole life, so it was kind of something that I really wanted to do someday. Not necessarily set the record, but get out there and sail and have that adventure. But looking more into the record, football season ended and I was looking for something else. So I was looking more into the record of what it is today. I mean, it was 18 and 41 days. So I thought, I could beat that pretty easily if I leave in the next 6 months. So I got intrepid and started things going.
And we keep hearing the worst moment was off Indonesia, an involvement with pirates. Can you talk us through that?
Yeah, I was heading out of Australia on my way to Kukus Keeling, and I had this pirate vessel following me around. The waters off Indonesia, they are quite renowned for their piracy, and I was kind of ventured a little bit too close to the shore, trying to pick up some coastal winds, and didn't really think too much of modern-day pirates. I'd never seen any before. And I was getting circled by this little boat, and they're all over the place trying to get away from them. Ended up calling in the Australian Coast Watch, and they buzzed over. But it was about an hour and a half of just hell out there. Loaded up all the guns and living on the edge. And
Zach, in making this trip, it's not that it's any less dangerous than it ever would be. And the Intrepid, I understand, you bought for $6,000. It's an old boat, whatever. But you had the communications, and we talked to your mother yesterday, who said that she talked to you more in the last year than she ever did before when you were a teenager, because you were in contact that much. Is she overstating that?
Probably not. Yeah, no, I talked to her twice a day, most days, and half hour either way. But it was awesome. I had this satellite phone out there, and it was sponsored by one of my sponsors, ClearPoint Weather. So they, cover all the time, which is usually, amazingly expensive. So I was able to get good contact there, and worked out great.
Okay, Zach, so you're out there. You're still communicating with your family, but did you get lonely?
Yeah, the first trip over to Hawaii, like the first passage on the trip, was probably the hardest as far as loneliness, because, I hadn't seen my friends, for, these guys I'd seen every day from when I was 10. And, it was just kind of, that was probably the toughest part. And it just got easier and easier as the trip went along. I made so many friends in different places of the world. And, saying goodbye to them, and it's kind of becomes normalcy. But, it's great to be back and see my friends again, and we've just been having a great time.
So I'm assuming that you kept some type of journal. Is there a book in your future?
Yeah, I've actually almost finished up the book, and but it takes about a year to get a book published. So I'll be on the website. Also, I got a documentary coming out. It's on the website. It should be out later this month. Just finishing up the narration on that before we send it to publishing. So it's on ZachSunderland.com.
Sailed around the world, writing a book. He's 17, by the way. I don't know if you...
Yeah, we've mentioned it. But, Zach, I also heard you say, and you just kind of, knocked it out there, well, I haven't climbed Everest yet, and I'd like to do that as well. Is that the next project?
I'd really like to. I've done a bit of climbing in the past, nothing like nearly as insane as that. I was just thinking, what to do next, and Mount Everest is the most insane thing I could think of, so I'm going to try and make that happen.
And then a year after that, you're going to be on the moon, probably. Hey, Zach, your sister April is 15. she wants to break the record. What do you have to say to her about that?
Yeah, that's it's a long way around, so we'll see. But yeah, all the best. Yeah.
Yeah. Would you be more frightened for your little sister than you were for yourself?
Yeah. I mean, it'd be kind of weird having my little sister go around the world after doing it myself. But if she really wants to do that, it's yeah.
And one other question: your parents seem to be very comfortable with the whole thing. Your dad has said over and over again, "If I didn't think he could do it, I wouldn't let him do it." Is that truly how they feel if the door's closed and they're just talking to each other about this, or is this the face they put on for us?
No, that's really how they feel, and they wouldn't have let me do it if they thought I was going to go out there and kill myself. So, yeah, they're they know my abilities on the ocean. I've been sailing for my whole life. I lived on boats for 9 years, and I've done now about close to 40,000 sea miles, and it's lots more than many experienced sailors have out there. So I've got the experience, and it's just a matter of making it happen. And I did, so they were behind me all the way.
Zach Sunderland, good to talk to you. We'll check back with you when you come down. Actually, when you're on Everest, you can probably call us. So we'll talk to you then.
Yeah, I'll see if I can get that sat phone working up there, but for sure.
All right, Zach Sunderland. Thank you, Zach.